Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Terry. I'm an adjunct professor at Wilfrid Laurier University in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. And today I want to share with you the findings of a research project that we do at Wilfrid Laurier called the Ghana Youth Videography Programme. This is a research project out of Wilfrid Laurier University, and it's led by Professor Jeff Grisho, Professor Magnus Mafofa McCarthy, and myself. And we are partnered with Ghana University in Accra, Ghana, and the UNFCCC's Youth Climate Report. The Ghana Youth Videography Program is now in its second year, training youth in Ghana to make short documentary films examining how climate change impacts on their communities and on the disabled. This year, 2 sets of films were made. 11 in the south of Ghana, examining the impacts of climate change on urban and agricultural centers, and 6 in the north, examining how climate change challenges those with physical disabilities. The films premiere in Ghana. They're showcased at the COP conferences and compete at global film festivals each year. The project is funded by the Social Sciences and Humanities Council of Canada, also known as SSHRC, and it's through the Insight Development Grant. The Ghana Youth Videography Program is an intensive educational experience under which youth aged 18 to 35 produce documentaries on climate change in Ghana for the United Nations. Here's a picture of the students at work. It's also a certificate program, so all the participants that actually engage in the year-long program, when they produce a film, they are awarded a certificate at a film festival that showcases their work. So what I'd like to do is share just a couple of the films. There were 17 in all. I'm not going to show all of them, of course, but I have one from each of the south and the north that I would like to share with you. The first one from the south is called A Proposed Solution by Seth Ansong. So documentary filmmaker Seth Ansong reports on a remarkable project in Ghana that is solving 2 urban problems at the same time. Plastic waste is being melted down and recycled into wall panels. These panels are then used to build affordable housing and emergency shelters for the homeless. Since the raw material is plastic, the panels can be heated and formed together without using mortar. There's a picture of one of the homes on the side there. And I'd like to share the film that he made on this subject.
Cities and urban areas are responsible for 70% of greenhouse gas emissions and contribute to 70% of global waste. The urban population of Africa is set to double in the next 20 years. However, they're also at the nerve center to seek refuge from climate-induced risks. In this documentary, we will follow Ninoy Omawo, a young Ghanian from Accra that is both a climate activist and works as a Youth 2030 facilitator. By following Ni through a day, going to work and aspiring for a home on his own, guided by his knowledge and experience, we will get insight on climate challenges and possibilities for young people living in urban Africa in 2023.
Sustainability is something which is also cost-driven. There's a lot of benefits to moving to this kind of platform, and we would like for people who can have the means of owning it to be able to use it, and also those who can benefit from others using it to also be able to have it. So in terms of cost, the good thing about the electric vehicle, and I'll say even the electric bicycle in this instance is, for example, it is accessible to a wide demographic. So we find that a lot of the vehicles that we have that are available, they are only available to a certain segment of the market. Typically, if you were to commute today from here to, I say, maybe 15 kilometers away, somewhere in Spintex, it will cost you around 10 cedis or 12 cedis, something like this. And it will take you a long time, maybe around an hour, maybe depending on how you route yourself, maybe an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes. On the bicycle, you can do the same for about 5 cedis.
This house that you can see in the back is made from bricks that are made from 100% recycled plastic. With this construction principle, these bricks can be put together without using mortar. And the construction principle is very simple. So the raw construction of the house you see here has been done in just about a week. Plastic pollution is one of the major issues. So in this house we have right here, it's a little bit less than 40 square meters, but already we have 6 to 7 tons of recycled plastic material being used in it. And so you can imagine when this becomes a scalable business model, that we can remove a lot of plastic, let's say in this case now from Ghana. We buy from local recycling firms, and of course they pick the plastic to a huge degree from the Ghanian grounds. And so that is, in this way, we are contributing to sustainability from the plastic pollution perspective.
There's enough proof that better managed urbanization will drive poverty reduction, address unemployment, institutionalize inclusion, and address major developmental issues that youth face.
So I think the important takeaway with this film is that this particular project is not unique to Ghana or even Africa, but as long as there is plastic waste anywhere in the world, it can be recycled in this unique form and used to build these homes for the homeless throughout the world. So I think it serves as an inspiration for other countries to use this model and take care of their plastic waste and their homeless problems at the same time. Now, there's another film I'd like to share from the north. The last film you saw was from the students in the south, and this is from the north. And this particular film is called Blind to Limits by Carolyn Dari. And there's a picture of Carolyn there on the left. In the north of Ghana, documentary filmmaker Carolyn Dari reports on how the visually impaired are benefiting from an agricultural program introduced by a Belgian activist. Blind farmers in the Tamale region are living sustainable lives as farmers, growing crops for themselves as well as for the marketplace. You see a picture of them down there. I'd like to share the film with you now.
Today, number 1, I'm a big deposit. Nimpala Canada audit as I'm theatre. So I do the year, Belgium. Women to know on one in Ghana. So I'm to one. A chair as on me to know on a burger team who are guarding. I'm a poor woman. I'm a poor and some money is about. The tree bull at Renatama. Lenka. kitchen fan to our take and laptops.
Nay, data, and yellow damp of Mampa, a yard, a company,
I think climate change is no more a mystery. Neither is it a facade. It's real. And I think farmers are beginning to appreciate the fact that it exists.
Oh, another matter of interest. The matter very well. Our middle lane cannot touch you to make cruise. Carlo gets a man tree, Carabal message. Elenani home at Tolong. I think I'm not Alawara, I think I'm not Sirilla. I didn't bring Yaka. I'm a the community and I watch out for one. I could be looking beautiful as I'm a good yes.
Excessive rains destroy farmlands. High temperatures destroy crop yields and increase crop stress.
So the man to Bora, Mawabara, and now what I'm not cutting and get up for now, Walla, Wana Yaka, but when you jack on our way, and a Mawa. Jetta, Mammy, Amala Taraka. For Kane, in case as you mentioned, this Kane, the Kane community and the Kane irrigation scheme. High rising temperatures with decreased rainfall means drought. Poor drought means poor yields. Its impact means poor income, low income, and poverty.
Comparison and I know the tell by a very chula tap and chula narrow. The Masoti a man salas, Bambana Gami Pada. I was running the scene. Ten Parola. Oh, I've got an Israeli, check under the tournament. You are not going to one of them. The whole is ever had more of you. I'm a 1 year off, I want you as a mammy, you that is a fool.
Naturally, there should always be a buffer across the reservoir or the dam, so that when you leave that buffer, or when you farm across that area, around that area, when it rains, water will push the silt into the dam. Now, when the sun goes in the 30s, the space that water would have occupied will reduce. Now, when that reduces, little water will be in the reservoir. And so, when you need water in the dry period where there's no rain, the water will not be enough.
Tamali logo bili kumasita hudun. Kapo bullet. Kawa on go to bota bemona ada se hula hinki.
And then that map will forever. Nothing.
Some come and you live. Karaka to be a good set. Check out in Mantonia Simon and my pet Kaya.
Okay, great. So those were just 2 of the 17 films that were produced this year through the Ghana Youth Videography Programme. We begin in the spring with a training session, and all the participants of the program that have been registered to participate engage in this training workshop, and then throughout the summer they use what they've learned in the workshop to actually produce the films. Now, whenever it's possible, we try to get them to interview people in their own native indigenous languages because this, as you know, is the 2nd year in the United Nations International Decade for Indigenous Languages. So we're trying to promote those languages as much as possible through this program. And when the films are shot, they spend the fall months posting them, editing them, adding music, and checking them with the people that they interviewed as well. And then at the end of that session, when they're ready to show the films, we have a film festival event at Ghana University in Accra, Ghana. And this is where government officials, the media, friends and family of the filmmakers all come out to see the films in their very first public exhibition. And then after that, of course, we come to the COP conferences and we present the films here. You've only seen 2 during this press conference, but the other 15 films will be available for exhibition throughout the conference at various times and dates. Okay, so here are those times and dates. On December 3rd at 17:15, there will be screenings of the films at the Entertainment and Culture Pavilion, and then again on December the 8th at 11:30 in the morning at Eco Spectrum. This is a panel discussion to discuss the, once again, those that have learning disabilities or any kind of challenges or disabilities. We're going to be discussing that on the panel and showing these films as well, and that's in SE Room 2. So for more information on this program, I invite you to visit the website, which is ghanafilm.org, or you can email the three co-leads on this research project directly. Jeff Grisho is jgrisho@wlu.ca. Magnus Mafofo McCarthy is mmfoafo McCarthy@wlu.ca. And of course myself, mterry@wlu.ca. And if you want to see all the films immediately and you don't want to wait for our exhibitions, you can go to our YouTube channel, and that's at Ghana Films Disability Climate Ed. Thank you. So if there are any questions, I am happy to take them in the remaining time that we have. Okay. Well, since there's no questions, thank you very much, and I hope to see you at the other screenings during COP28. Thank you, everybody.